Hello there and welcome back to a new episode of Krenia. Today we of course have a little bit of a mountain to build once again, and we also will do a little bit more at the end. And in between that I will show you how to actually solve the riddle that we built for the escape room event. So first of all, let me show you what we've done with the mountain so far. So first of all, in the last episode at the end of it, we did quite a lot of work here. We added this whole section to the mountain, as well as basically all of this right over there. And yeah, the plan is to basically wrap this around and then connect it up to the already existing mountain to not have to do everything by myself. So if we connect this up to my own mountain, then we'll have a nice transition and it won't look too awkward. At least that's what I hope. And yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We're gonna finish this wraparound over there. And then when this is done, we can kind of think about doing either the other side or going up a little bit. Over on this side, I was thinking to kind of either connect it up to this mountain over there as well, or just to have it go around here and then connect it up to the mountain over there as well. And apparently there's a lot of cats. Really don't know how they got here. Is there a village somewhere around here? What's happening? Weird. Well, anyways, let's not get distracted, and let me quickly build a little bit of mountain right over here. Because right now, yeah, we're gonna want to finish this as quickly as possible, and if I do some work over here, then we're closer and closer to finishing all of it. So yeah, I'm gonna work a little bit on this one that I'm gonna show you, and then I'm gonna reveal how the puzzle of my escape room is to be solved. Okay, now I have connected it up to the mountain. It's really not that much, it's just a little bit steeper on this side. And yeah, a little pillar over there. And we're gonna start to basically put a couple of layers to this as well. I think I'm gonna do the other side a little later, because right now I really don't want to have to do this terraforming down here with all the layers of the slope, because that's a lot of work and it takes a lot of dirt and grass. It takes a lot of time, and I'm too lazy for that right now, so I'm gonna procrastinate with that a little bit more. And then when I started doing that, and well, not really started, but when I have done that, we can eventually start to also make this go a little further over here. So yeah, now that I've done that, more or less, let's go over to the escape room event and let me show you how the riddles work and what the riddles even are. So now that we are here in a beautiful event, we have this wonderful city all the way over here. And yeah, of course, underneath the city is the sewer system, and we had this little room over here. And we also had a little bit of a tunnel over here, a little labyrinth that will go to the end room. But if you get here, it is actually blocked, so you're gonna have to find a way to open it. And that's why there's a little bit of a hint around here, which says enter the sewers. And yeah, when you do enter the sewers, you will eventually find that hallway that is blocked off, this one. And here, there is exactly the same kind of hint over here, which just says, find the timbered. As far as I know, the style of this house with the wood framing and wool or whatever in the middle is called timbered style. Anyways, yeah, this is the timbering, which is, yeah, I guess a kind of a store, or something of a office. Either way what it is, there is a lever right here, and there's a lamp right down there to show you if it is activated. So if you flick that lever, then a sound plays and the the lantern lights up. And that then just basically means that this over here has opened. So now you can go through here in this tunnel. Well, not tunnel, in this hallway. And there's a couple of rooms around here which are basically just for decoration, and I think it turned out pretty well and a little bit, let's say, spooky. And then in the last room here, there's another lever. And if you flick that one, then eventually a piston opens up in the distance. So if you go out now and go up to the labyrinth, let's go down here, and now we can enter this. Now, let me quickly put something in my hand so that we can see anything. But yeah, we have a labyrinth down here. And this labyrinth is not really that big, but I guess you can get lost in it. And yeah, I'm not going to show you all of it. Actually, this part I don't know that well. There we go. So if you go down here, then we eventually have the first room over here. This one you should know, with all of the things in here, and also just decoration around here. If you go through to here, you have the main treasure room. And this treasure room has a closed door with the item behind it. And then if you go over here, there is the Riddle Room with 2 riddles. Number 1, follow the hanging chain above. And number 2, find the connected structures. Let's tackle the first one first. So first of all, there's also a little hint over here at the beginning, which is with the pumpkins, just to give you a very, very clear hint where to go. And as it says, follow the hanging chain above. We have to go up to the city again. So if you go to the building with the pumpkins and look all the way up to it, I think it was here, yeah, there's a little thing here saying the beginning as well. If you look down here, there is the chain. So you can go down again and follow the chain basically, because this is the chain that is mentioned down there. So if you follow it and find all of the chains, then you will... Excuse me? Anyways, yeah, then you will eventually get to this house. And apparently that's another one. So let's get in quickly. And I forgot to click the button. 1 second. So let's click that button. There we go. And it starts chiming in a very consistent tone. Up here you don't even hear the chiming, but once you get in this house, then there's a button right here. Of course you have to press it, and then another chime is played. That should have then turned off the chiming above, well, not above, actually down below, so that says that this puzzle has been completed. And as you can see, there is one of the 2 fires lit up. This one over there is still off, which is the second puzzle. This light now doesn't blink, it stays on all the time, and the chiming has stopped. So yeah. Second puzzle, find the connected structures, which is actually pretty easy if you know what to do. First of all, of course, you need to get up there into the city again, and this time you don't have to look out for the chains, but the iron bars, because down there the blocks were connected by those chains. So let's see, we have this building here which is netherrack and dark oak, and this one which is grey wool and this cyan terracotta. The next building over here is actually this one with the light wood, birch or oak, and over here the one with a diorite. Then there's one in this little alleyway, which is, I'm not sure which one I took, but soul sand and spruce log alongside the cobblestone. And then the last one is the timbered house with the mushroom blocks, mushroom stem blocks, and then stone bricks. So let's get down there and let's connect up all the structures. Technically you can also do it in the other direction and see which ones of those connections aren't actually connected. For example, this one, the one with the pumpkins and the red sandstone, wasn't connected to anything, especially not the oak one. But yeah, let's see. So this one, the dye rod and the birch wood were connected. And then this one, the soul soil and the spruce wood were connected to the cobblestone building. Then on this side, of course, the dark oak and the cyan terracotta. And then the stone bricks and the mushroom stem block of the timbered. And if we flick this one, and then two chimes will play. First of all, the one of this one riddle that is completed, and then the one of all of it. And if you look, then everything falls down. The second fire has been lit, and the door is open. Now, in there was the item, but because we already played, it is of course not there anymore. But yeah, that is my complete escape room and how to solve it. I think the others had a little bit of fun and also a little bit of a struggle to actually find the solutions, but I think it was just fine. Just enough to challenge them and just enough to be fun. You know what, I'm gonna leave those riddles solved like that and open, just so that we don't have to do all of it again if we want to get somewhere. So let's get back to our base and let's continue making the mountain. Okay, I have gotten a little bit sidetracked here, but I have found Alex AFK at his base, and so far I've been dragging him around through the portal, and right now I'm trying to get him to the next portal over there in the jungle. So yeah, this is just a very, very long, very annoying and very boring activity of just pushing him around, and so far I think he has moved once, but I'm still not 100% sure, because he seemed to have moved once, but since then not one bit. So I'll just assume that he's still not there. I know, I should probably use my time a little bit more efficiently. For example, with building a mountain, maybe doing something else, maybe, well, whatever, but this is just too good of an opportunity. I mean, he's completely AFK as it seems, so I'm not gonna let that slip away. Except for if he comes online, then it'll just slip away by itself, but still. How far is it still? Oh, that's actually possible. That's doable. It's gonna take a little while, but it's very well doable. We're getting closer and closer. Almost there. Okay, very close. Very close. There we go. Okay, and he's gone. So, let's see. And there we go. So now, where do we put him? I guess close to the pandas is good. Let's dig a little hole, just so that he has his company. Don't really know what you can use to lure pandas, but I like that will do. There we go, let's push him in it as well. And there we go. He has a good little friend. See, he already likes it. More or less. So now we're just gonna leave him here and we're gonna skedaddle away, and yeah, we're just gonna leave him here. Let's remove all the evidence, possibly without making even more. And let's get back to our own base. There we go. And we're back home. So let's continue with this chonker of a mountain. Okay, so I'm very painfully is a little exaggerated, but I'm very tediously working my way around, making the slope around here to have a base where I can build the mountain on this side here. But yeah, as you can see, there is a little bit more around on the top of the mountain. We have a little bit more over here and a lot more over here. There's a little bit of snow on there, but I think I can't really avoid that, so I might have to eventually kind of embrace it instead of trying to avoid it, because, well, there's no real way of getting rid of that. And yeah, I'm very slowly but surely building up the mountain, and actually so far it has been going very well. I'm gonna have to build that further and further and higher. I think we're gonna be able to make a little plateau on some parts of here and then go higher again. But yeah, once that is done, we might be able to do a little bit in this cave that I have prepared here, like at least the entrance. And apparently there's a wanderer right now. Don't know when that guy got here, but yeah. Also, as for the cats that were on the mountain, we now also have a house roof cat. Don't really know how that one got up there, but at least it's not as weird as the cats over there. Because that's very, very weird and, in my opinion, quite inexplicable. Anyways, yeah, and that is, I think, as much of the mountain as I'm going to do today, because that does take a lot of time, and I don't really have that much time on my hands right now. So yeah, Vinny has taken care of the silo, Alex has also done a bit of work over there, and now only the ring down on the ground is left to be taken care of, and I'm gonna do that right now. I think the terraforming of this part and kind of repairing the tree will be a little bit difficult. I mean, the part where I have to kind of repair the landscape isn't that big of a deal, but the tree would be a little bit more challenging. So I think what I'm gonna do is to actually completely remove it and then build it again. And that time even better than before, because I have learned quite a bit about trees in my series while building the trees there, and that tree here just doesn't look as realistic in my opinion, so yeah, I'm gonna have to redo that. And when I redo it, of course, a lot better. Vinny is taking care of a couple of houses that were standing there, and I think he's terraforming it again now. And then I'm building some new buildings on top of that. So yeah, let me take care of all the wool, and then also I'm gonna remove the whole tree. And I think that's gonna be it for this episode then. It's very weird seeing all of my hill without any tree on top of it. We have a little sloth jumping around in the distance, but yeah, this is now a very holy and very damaged little piece of land, and we're gonna fix it in the next episode, or probably actually in between the episodes, because yeah, this is just unacceptable. I'm gonna have to fix this damage, which yeah, every time I look at it seems to get more and more. So yeah, we're gonna have to fix a little bit of that. But also, I want to do one last shop, or actually one last shop slot. I want to build one last building there. Well, to be honest, it's actually like, I think, 3 buildings, if I remember right. I've already built it and completely filled it in, but I haven't built it on Krenia. And yeah, I want to do that in this era still, so I'm gonna build it in the next episode. The contour of the bit on the back is exactly that, and I think that it does look pretty good, and there's a nice big tree on the front of it, and it looks pretty nice in my opinion. And yeah, we're gonna build something right here, and then I'm happy with how I build all of the stuff on here. That's a very tall tower of diamonds. But yeah, so that's also a plan for the next episode. And yeah, to sum it up again, just very quickly, build a tree, build a shop, and continue the mountain. and then in the episode after that, if we even still have time, I technically do want to build the houses on my in my village, because as you might have seen, there's not that many of them right now. And the plan is to have 5 more, if I remember right. So yeah, we technically want to build those in the episode after the next episode. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do all of that. But you know what? We're gonna hope for the best, and I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do the best I can do in the time I have with all of the other stuff I have to do. But I think we're gonna manage to do at least some things. So, of course, I hope that you enjoyed this episode again. And if you did, of course, leave me a like and subscribe if you don't want to miss the next episodes. And yeah, with that, I'd say, of course, as always, we're gonna see each other in the next one. So with that, until then, and goodbye for now.